love them all equal, but I feel like Jasmine brings something that like nobody else brings here.
100% destiny. I really am sorry, Jazz.
Marco is crazy. Somebody needs to send Marco home. How dare he want to send Destiny home? How dare he try and talk Harrison into dumping Destiny? Who does he think he is? I am furious. I know I said I liked the toxicity between him and Destiny, but I have changed my mind because he has shown his age by his behavior. But anyway, I digress. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island USA, Season 5, Episode 6. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, leave a comment, and turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. So after the masquerade game, the villa is very tense. Casey and Kenan go and have a chat because Kenan is in his feelings because he feels that Casey put him in jeopardy and then sort of snubbed him. And her reasoning for what she did, I don't know. Because she says that the reason why she didn't kiss him is because the girls are not happy with how she went about sort of exploring a connection with him. And so she was afraid that if she kissed him in front of everyone, then everyone might feel some type of way, and it's very uncomfortable for herself in the villa at the moment, and she doesn't want to make things worse by kissing him. But I don't think Kenan bought it. I think he realized that she was just playing games with him. I think she was trying to get Leo jealous, and in doing that, she put him in jeopardy in the sense that he got excited that someone else was attracted to him, and he decided to explore a connection, meaning that there's a possibility that KK could dump him and move on to somebody else, especially given the fact that she kissed Harrison. And then you have Anna and Leo. They are ecstatic that they are now a couple and they don't have to worry about Casey. And for me, their kiss was, oh, okay, it is what it is. I don't know. I think Anna likes the idea of Leo just because she likes the idea that she snatched him from somebody else, as I said last time. And I think her goal is to always be with the guy that she thinks is popping in the villa. So there's a possibility that she might decide that she wants to go after Harrison if she feels like, if he doesn't choose Jasmine, or if he's not in a couple with Jasmine. Because I think at the moment the reason why she's not paying any attention to Harrison is because she knows that Jasmine, her friend, really likes him. And I don't know whether she's worried that if she keeps going after the guys that are in a coupling with her friends, the girls might end up turning on her. KK then has a conversation with Kenan, and Kenan is beating himself, which he is supposed to beat himself up for. I wish KK had made it harder for him to win her back. I wish she had refused a hug when they decided he wanted a hug. I wish she had sort of stood her ground and set boundaries with him, that if you do this again, then know that this is it. I am not going to be sitting here and watching you go about and run around behind my back. If you want to explore a connection, come and tell me to my face before you decide to explore. Give me a heads up so that I'm not embarrassed, or so that I'm not in my feelings because I've suddenly seen you chatting up another girl. Then I would take him back after that. But first of all, I wish she had set boundaries with him. And all the islanders get ready for bed. And Jasmine is busy talking about, I'm in love, I'm in love. She sees herself coupling up with Harrison. And it's like, you were talking about Victor, you were upset about Victor, you wouldn't speak to Carmen because Carmen coupled up with Victor, and suddenly Harrison has arrived, and it's now Harrison who? Make it make sense. Choose a guy and stick to him. The islanders then go to bed, and everybody seems to be in a good place. Obviously, the guys are still laughing at Kenan and the predicament he's put himself in. And Harrison is not sure, so they told him they'll tell him the next day. There's nothing I love more than not having a debriefing. So it's nice to see that the producers didn't have one, although they had a mini one whereby you had Jasmine sitting with Anna and KK, and she was busy telling them about Harrison. Jasmine is already in her head, she's married to Harrison. The way she talks about him, the way she's talking about marking her territory, the way she says that, she finds him attractive and he finds her attractive, and they have this great connection, and she's all in her head. And it's like, nah, you lost him when you revealed that you took revenge on your ex by sleeping with his relative and his friend. That was an irk for him. He said that was a red flag, so you might as well move on. If I were you, I would go and try and sort of go after Bergie to see if Bergie's head will turn. But as for Harrison, that ship has sailed. Even when he was in the kitchen making himself some oranges, slicing up oranges, she was there and she was flirting and she was laying it on too thick. And it's like, I don't think we're seeing the same thing, because Harrison is really not that into you. He is sort of being cordial, but I don't think he's attracted to you. So you need to move on. And then you had Bergie have a conversation with Casey. I don't know. I think the girls are so used to bad boys that they can't really sort of compute a good guy like Bergie. I think they can't understand how he would be in a relationship, and the fact that they're having to teach him and coach him on a lot of things, I think this is what is putting the girls off, and this is why they're trying to sort of avoid him. Because even though he had a great conversation with Casey, seeing something romantic between the two of them, I don't know. I don't know. But I love the fact that Hannah called Bergie because Carmen had told the girls that Victor's a bit too clingy and she doesn't like that. She wants a slow burn. So Carmen gave Bergie a heads up and was telling him, the door's open. If you're still interested in Carmen, I would make a move and I'll try and sort of chat her up and see how we go. And Bergie, you have to love him because he said to Hannah, "Oh, you and I have sister vibes, and I like the fact that you're looking out for me." And it's like, ah, you're there to find a romantic connection, and you're already calling her sister. You're putting her in the sister box. What happens if it's just the two of you left that are single and have to couple up, and you've already called her your sister, Bergie? You need to be wiser than that. And then Harrison goes and steals Carmen from Victor, which is a bit strange because while they were working out with Victor, Victor was encouraging him to sort of explore connections, talk to people, and blah, blah, blah. So for him to then go and pull someone Victor's talking to was a bit awkward. I don't think Carmen likes Harrison. I don't think he's a cup of tea. I think she was cordial with him. She liked chatting to him, but I think that's as far as it went. I don't think romantically she sees him as a romantic connection. Oh, it's nice to see the evolution of Bergie because he then has a chat with Hannah, and I like that his confidence has grown from someone who was stuttering and stammering the first day he had to speak to Anna to him holding a conversation with Carmen and actually asking her about her love language, asking her about what she likes, and it's a, it's the biggest transformation that I've seen, and I am happy that the Islanders are not sort of just leaving him out there, and they're actually building him up and sort of helping him grow and become the man that he's becoming, which I think is amazing. Uh, so he then offers, because Hannah says her love language is acts of service, whereas Berg is words of affirmation, and Victor's is physical touch. So I think the physical touch was putting Carmen off. So she's told Bergie that I am a bit concerned because of the physical touch. So I am still open. So don't think that I'm closed off. I'm open to getting to know you if you want to get to know me. And this really boosted Bergie's ego and his morale because he then said that tomorrow I'll make you a cup of coffee since you say you like a cup of coffee, even though I've never made one before. But and I like the fact that she told him, right, if you don't know what to do, go and see the boys and tell them you need to make me a cup of coffee and they'll teach you how to make a cup of coffee. And it's like, oh my God, this is a team sport to help, let's help develop Bergie, which I thought was amazing. And then Harrison chatting with Destiny was shocking. Was shocking. I think he was attracted to the fact that she's very intelligent. She's a microbiologist and he loved that about her. He spoke about the fact that he wanted to be a surgeon, but then he went into gold dealing and whatever else he does. And so it was nice that they had that in common. I think what attracted him more is the fact that she's highly intelligent. He said he loves her body. She looks amazing. They have a lot in common. They want to travel. Yes, they want to get married at some point and have kids, but they want to spend time with their partner. They want to travel. They want to get to know one another before settling down. And I was actually shocked. And I think this took Destiny by surprise because this is something she didn't expect, and the idea that this amazing guy would want to speak to her, I think she didn't even expect him to sort of look her way because of the way Jasmine was behaving. And so to find out that they have a lot of things in common, I like the fact that she said, "Oh, I think if you feel my heart, I'm in tachycardia," and then she realized that, oh, they don't understand. My heart is beating too fast. And it's like, oh my God, she's so ecstatic. And it's nice to see this vulnerable and sort of calm side of her. And I really hope she and Harrison can give it a good go because, oh my God, they're an amazing couple together. And then you have Marco KK, Hannah, Jasmine, and Casey sort of just talking and sort of taking pictures, and then Hannah receives a message to say that there will be a recoupling, and you can see that everybody's anxious. I think it's mainly Destiny who's anxious because she doesn't know who she's going to couple up with, whereas I think Casey is hoping that if Leo doesn't couple up with her, she can drag Bergie because she's had a conversation with him. I did see in the previous episode uh Destiny speaking to Bergie, but I haven't really seen another conversation since that. So I hope, somebody picks her. It's the audacity for me. It's the audacity for me. How dare Marco go and try and convince Harrison that he's better off picking Jasmine instead of Destiny because he thinks Jasmine brings more to the villa. If you think Jasmine brings more to the villa, why are you not coupled up with her? Why are you encouraging somebody else to couple up with her? He's not interested in Jasmine staying in the villa. His intention is to send Destiny home because Destiny embarrassed him and Destiny wouldn't play along with the games that he wanted to play. And that's it. And so for him to then call Jasmine and say, "Oh, I've had a chat with Harrison, and I think you're in with a good shot because we had this conversation. He said you're one of his top three, so I'm just hoping he picks you." And it's like, what has Destiny done to you apart from call you out for being silly? Seriously, how can you despise someone so much that you want them to go home? I don't like that, and I think all hell is going to break loose when Destiny finds out that this is what Marco was up to. But I think she's better off focusing on Harrison and having conversations with Harrison because every time he's talking to her, he seems very relaxed and very calm. So the islanders get ready for the night, and then you have Jasmine has it in her head that Harrison is going to pick her. Jasmine has it in her head that Harrison is going to pick her because she goes for a chat with Harrison. She's all flirty, she's all touchy feely and stuff, and it's just like this might not end up the way you want it to end up, but hey, do you? And then Kenan doesn't learn. Casey embarrassed him. And so for him to entertain her and entertain continuing to get to know her doesn't make sense to me unless he's just looking after his best interest and is not worried about KK. Because KK forgave him for his indiscretion of kissing Casey, and now he's sitting there having another conversation with Casey, and it's like, why are you indulging her? Why are you wasting time with her? When you know she's really not that into you, she just wants you as a backup plan because she just wants to stay in the villa. Because she was saying, "Oh, I've also spoken to Bergie, and Bergie said I'm one of his top two. It's between me and Carmen." And it's like she's looking for someone to keep her in the villa. I don't think she's looking for someone that she likes, but she's looking for someone to keep her in the villa until a bombshell comes that she likes, and then she'll couple up with them. That's the impression that I got, and it was just strange. And then I like that Harrison had another conversation again with Destiny and told her that he wants to be honest. He does not want to hurt anyone's feelings, but he wants to be honest and he wants to, you know, be as clear as possible. That way, everybody knows where they stand. And you can see Destiny's anxious because I don't think she's convinced that she can win Harrison over Jasmine. And all the other guys are in their couplings. She has lost Marco, it seems, to Hannah. So I don't know how that will play out. I don't know. I like the fact that Marco, when he tried to ask Hannah that, who do you think is better, Jasmine or Destiny? Jasmine Hannah refused to comment. All she said to him was, "We'll just wait and see who Harrison chooses," because I don't think she likes the idea that Marco is playing games, and I personally don't like the idea that he's playing games. Anyway, the islanders are busy in the sort of kitchen area having something to eat, and they receive a message to gather around the fire pit. I'm sorry, but can we have a bombshell come in? We want a boy because I want either Marco or Leo to go home. How dare they embarrass the girls they were in a coupling with? The way Marco was very sarcastic and how he spoke about, "Oh, she came in electric blue, oh, we have a lot in common, or with this, that, and the other." His ego is bruised because he wanted to play Destiny and Destiny refused to be played. And so he's decided to embarrass her because even once Hannah had walked across to him, he sort of kissed her and stared down at Destiny like, "You're going home. You do not hold Destiny's future in your hands, so please sit your bum somewhere and wait to be called upon." And then Leo stands up and, "Oh, I want to talk about my mamacita. I've been teaching her Spanish. Oh, we have this." And it's like he's taking a swipe at Casey. Casey has been moving mad, but the idea that these boys, they are boys, they are not men, feel the need to embarrass the girls doesn't make sense. And I hope when it's time to recouple, they are humiliated the same way. I know people want to send home Bergie and Cassie, but I would rather they stay in and we send out one of these two idiots. I would rather Anna go home with Marco. Was I surprised that Keenan picked KK? No, it was obvious. Cassie was pushing where she wasn't supposed to be, so it was obvious he was going to pick KK because they've had a great connection from the start. She was the only one that chose him. He seems to be getting along with her very well, so I'm not surprised that they've ended up coupling together. I think, if nothing else, Cassie, I don't see her getting Keenan's head to turn. He might have a little sort of crush on her, but to have anything with her after this, I don't think so. Because of the fact that he declared that he can't see life outside the villa with Casey, I think this might completely put Cassie off, and I don't know how that will play out. And then you have Victor stand up. Victor obviously was going to choose Carmen because he was in a coupling with Carmen. Carmen chose him. Yes, Carmen is unhappy that she feels like he's too clingy, but I think Victor's a great guy. I think she might be saying this just because the producers are encouraging her to say that. I don't see where he's appeared to be very clingy, but we only see an hour, so maybe there are bits that they have not shown us. And there was this funny face on Harrison's face. I don't know whether he was looking forward to coupling up with her or whether he realized that, crap, I might end up being left with Destiny and Jasmine and have to make a decision between the two. And this is what happened. Bergie really liked Carmen, and he was a bit heartbroken when she didn't pick him. But he chose Cassie, and I think it makes more sense for him to be with Cassie because he had friendship vibes with Jasmine. So I don't think that would have played out because Jasmine really wanted Harrison. And even if he had picked Jasmine, he would have been saving her for Harrison to for her to try and continue to explore Harrison. I don't think she would have stayed with Bergie long term. Which then left Destiny and Jasmine, and Harrison has to pick between the two. It reminds me of last season where we had Tyler having to pick between Serenity and I've forgotten the other girl's name. Was I surprised that Harrison picked Destiny? Maybe, but at the end of the day, when you put them side by side, Destiny is a better match for him. I know Marco is boiling, he's seething, he is upset that Destiny is still in the villa because when Destiny sat down with Harrison, he sort of dragged Hannah to him and kissed her on the cheek, and it's like, well, you thought you had her pinned down and she was going home, and you do not hold her destiny in your hands. Sit down, little man. And so Harrison was very gentlemanly because he apologized that, I'm sorry, I have to make this decision. I know I haven't had a lot of time to get to know you, but I think even with a lot of time, Jasmine's history turned him off, that whatever she said, the chances of him coupling up with her were unlikely unless she was the only girl left in the villa, because he said her behavior that they read in the cards was such a big red flag, and I think this is why he was never going to pick her. He would have picked any one of the other girls, but he would never have picked Jasmine. And I think Destiny really matches who he is or who he wants to be, in the sense that they have the same goals. They're both career driven, they're both highly intelligent people, and so I really am excited for Destiny. I really am. And Anna was crying. I'm surprised she cried more for Jasmine than she did for Bergie when he gave up his position in the villa for her to stay. But then, saying that she was close to Jasmine, they stayed together all the time. I think if they had continued to be in the villa, they would have been the villa mean girls, given how they treated Carmen. So I think Carmen is ecstatic that one of them is going home. Victor was upset because obviously he was previously coupled up with Jasmine, so that would hurt. But it was a great episode. I really can't wait for the next episode to see what happens with Destiny and Harrison. I know I initially was campaigning for Destiny and Marco to be the toxic couple, but no, I would rather Harrison be the guy that Destiny is with, because he appears stable. He appears to be sort of someone who is emotionally intelligent. So I would rather she stay with Harrison and rub her relationship in Marco's face and show him that he does not run the villa. Now that does he rule who she pick couples up with next time. But anyway, I digress. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Bye everyone.